Thank you for watching our channel. My name is Fabian. This is my beautiful wife, Helen. We moved to Canada about 10 months ago, and we can't believe it's already 10 months because time moved just too fast. However, since we moved from the UK, we're here today to talk about 5 things we absolutely miss about being in the UK. And that's not to say we are not loving it here. We love Canada. We're absolutely at home here. But as much as we love Canada, there's still some things you just think back and say, hey, I wish we had that here. And that's what we're here to discuss about. Please watch till the end because we have 2 bonus points after we speak about the 5. And please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. We will be responding to every single comment, so don't hesitate when you feel like saying something to us. So we'll go straight right into it with the first one, and that is
shopping. Yes, you heard right. So one of the things I enjoyed about living in the United Kingdom is the many shops to shop from. Like back in the UK, we had loads of supermarkets, loads of shops and stores to do your grocery shopping from. You can go to Lidl this week and then go to Aldi the next week, and the week after you are going to Morrison, you're going to Sainsbury's, you're going to Tesco. Like, I like that we had lots of options to choose from. You could compare the prices. If you think Sainsbury's is too expensive, you can decide to stick to Aldi or Asda or Lidl. Like, it was...
And there's some things that you know that, okay, they're cheaper in Aldi, so you go there for them. There's some other things that are cheaper in Sainsbury's, so you go there. So there's a little bit of fluidity in shopping.
In the UK. Yeah. Unlike here in Canada, the reverse is the case. We just have the big players, the big boys, Walmart and Canadian Superstore. I think Costco
too.
Costco.
Funny enough, we've never been there.
We've never been to Costco. And then No Frills.
No Frills is kind of like an emerging market, but it's still owned by Canadian Superstore. So that's why they entered in a big way. But they are not as, No Frills is not as, like Canadian Superstore or Walmart. Yeah.
Shoppers Drug Mart. Let's not talk about Shoppers Drug Mart because the prices in Shoppers Drug Mart are very ridiculous. So in Canada here, we have limited options. We just have the big players, Canadian Superstore and Walmart. And then the little ones where we don't even get variety from.
Yeah. And you're still talking about shopping, so let's not forget fashion.
Yeah. Another thing I notice is fashion in UK is top-notch compared to Canadian fashion. In UK, aside the high street brand, you have the likes of M&S, River Island, Next, TK Maxx, the Primark. Yeah. Like, you have lots of
options, alternatives.
Yes, fashion brands that you can shop from at affordable rates, and you will still look so good. You will still look so good. But here in Canada, I go into the store, I look at the things they have, and I am disappointed.
What store are you actually even going to? Because they have very... There was a day, was it River Island we saw in this country, and our mind was blown. There was one...
Zara.
Yeah, we saw Zara. We're like, are they
There's
here?
Zara here.
Yeah, so it's far and few in between. How did they talk about it?
I don't even know how they say it. I don't know how they say it.
So shopping here is not... you don't have as much as you have in the UK. You generally, and that's when we talk about fashion, that's when we talk about food too.
Shein has been helping me because I struggled at first when I came. There was no River Island, no Next to shop from, no M&S, so I was stuck with Shein. That's the reason why I've been able to survive. If not, I would have packed my
load. I think that's normal with almost everyone. Everyone shops online and Shein because that's where you have more like alternatives, but that leaves you open to risk of wrong delivery. Remember when I ordered glasses that were thin, and then next I got a bogus glasses and their return policy, you cannot return glasses. So it's shopping here is not as amazing.
It's not as amazing. And even when you now see the brand that you like, the prices will be cutthroat. Like, it will be very expensive.
Yeah. So we miss that about the UK. That's the first thing we miss about the UK. Now, the second thing that we absolutely miss about the UK is transportation. Everybody knows this, especially people who are here. The transportation here, like, you cannot survive if you don't have a car here. Because, 1, the weather, then 2, you can wait. If you miss a bus, you can wait maybe 45 minutes in some cases for the next one while you're out there in the blistering cold.
Also to add, the country is so big.
The country is so big, so transportation here is not amazing. Unlike the UK, where where there are several options. You don't need to have a car in the UK. We never bothered to get a car in the UK and we're fine. You have the metro, you have the buses, and apart from that,
The tube.
in the UK, a lot of people get bicycles and just ways to get out. You can't have a bicycle here. The weather and the distance from point A to point B is always far. Although it's good that there's hardly ever traffic, but if you see a destination here that's 15 minutes, like, oh, from my house to this place 15 minutes, know that that place is absolutely far. So transportation here is not amazing.
Yes,
It's you need a car to
Go by.
So transportation here, we absolutely miss the transportation of the system of the UK. I know there are pictures of several celebrities that have entered the transport, like the trains and the metros in UK, because it's actually good. It actually works. You can actually manage your time. But this country, transportation isn't something to brag about.
If you don't have your car, you will struggle.
Still speaking about the things we miss about the UK, she wants to speak now about affordable travel.
So the thing about living in the UK is you can get a flight for as low as £20 from London to Spain. £20 and you are in Spain.
In just 24 pounds, I got return ticket from London to Barcelona. कैसे? रुको जरा
I've
बताता
even
हूँ.
had cases where people got deals as fantastic as taking a flight from £10. Yes, I'm not exaggerating this. £10 from London to Spain. So one of the things we miss about the UK is the affordability of travel. Travel is so affordable in the UK. Like, you can live in the UK and decide deep within you that you want to see the world, and you would succeed at it seamlessly because of how affordable traveling is from the UK. I can't say the same for Canada. Here, even traveling within Canada will cost you an arm and a leg. That is within Canada.
Yeah.
It is very expensive.
Yeah.
Now talk more of traveling outside of Canada.
It's strange because there's some flights to the US that are cheaper than some flights
Within Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
So traveling here is so expensive. And for me, I want to travel the world. I keep telling him this all the time. I want to travel the world. Now I'm living in Canada. It feels like I am trapped because any trip you want to make outside Canada will cost you a lot, and you have to find ways to make more money to achieve those dreams. If I was in the UK, it would have been easier, way easier for me to fulfill my dreams of traveling the world, because traveling outside of the UK is cheap and very affordable. Unlike what we have here in Canada, the distance is also a lot. The nearest country to us, maybe US and Cancun, and it's like 4 hours. Any other countries would like take you about 8 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours on the flight before you get to your destination. So it's being in Canada feels trapped, and it feels like you are a little bit far from the rest of the world. So that is one thing I miss about the UK, affordable travel.
Well, as much as we want affordable travel, please avoid some budget airlines like Ryanair. If you have watched any of our past videos, you know what I'm talking about. Avoid Ryanair. Some people know that when you're holding your air and talking to people, you mean it. Avoid Ryanair.
You can stick to Wizz Air, Jet2 Holidays, and the likes. TUI. Is that how they pronounce that airline's name? Yeah, TUI. And stick to those ones. Leave Ryanair alone.
Going to our next point, another thing we miss about being in the UK is the proximity to your home country. Like, we're Nigerians first and foremost. If we want to take a flight from here to Canada, I think almost one full day. That's our full day plan.
From like 17 hours to 20 to 24 hours.
So, and apart from that, anytime we want to speak with people that we know, in most cases they are sleeping when we're awake, or vice versa, or most important calls come when we're in the deep of the night and we have to pick, because as much as they are disturbing, they don't mean to. Maybe it doesn't even occur to them at that time that is a different time zone. So it's a lot of hassle. Of course, we know people here, we've made friends, but most of our friends and families and acquaintances are back, in a different time zone. I mean, right now they're 7 hours ahead of us. So it always causes a challenge. And even when they want to call us at the time where it's more conducive, most of the time we're at work. It's kind of like, it's dicey.
Unlike when we're living in the UK, where we share the same time zone with our home country,
Exactly.
we didn't have to put all of this into consideration.
Exactly.
You just pick the phone and call them and book the next flight, and you are in Lagos, Nigeria. So
exactly. So we absolutely miss that. A lot of conversations go for days, like we're trying to communicate with each other, but you're sleeping, I'm awake, you're at work. It's just, we miss that about being in the UK. The final point before we go into the bonuses is the banking. The banking here, the banking system in Canada is very horrible. Oh my God. The banking system here is horrible. Now, when I wanted to get my car, I went with a friend and he kept on telling me, withdraw the cash. At the back of my mind, because especially since I had worked in the banking sector in Nigeria and I've always been cashless. Even my mom always says that I don't like having cash because I don't want to give. But no, I am just used to using POS machines. I'm used to transferring. I'm just used to being cashless. And when this my friend told me that I should take cash, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's old school, man. But I regret it deeply because when I wanted to pay for the car, I sent the money. The seller was waiting. I was waiting until he started calling his bank. I started calling my bank. I realized that
it took hours.
It took hours. I found that they actually blocked the transfer from going for whatever reason without telling me. And I had to spend days for them to unblock the transfer so that the guy gets it. Even when we wanted to pay for one journey we wanted to make, after trying several times with our Canadian bank card, we had to send the money to our UK bank account and use our UK card to pay successfully. And trust me, I tried to pay with my bank, it failed. She tried to pay with hers, it failed.
We called the bank, it still failed.
We called the bank did not even know what was going on. We tried the transaction 3 times and they all failed. They told me that the total of the 3 times was more than my daily transfer limit. That's why it failed. Okay, so why did the first one fail? There was no answer. They transferred me to their fraud team. I don't know why they transferred me to their fraud team. But the fraud team now said the block on the transaction is coming from the website and not the card.
And I contacted the merchant. The merchant said I should call my bank, that it's not their fault.
But when we now move the money to our UK card, it just went.
Once.
And there's been so many issues. I think the banking system, I can do a whole nother video.
Just to add, the banking system here, when you authorize an ACH, it takes 7 business days, 5 to 7 business days before it clears. That's a lot of time. Imagine if it is urgent.
Yeah, and when we realized that the banking system is one kind, I had to call my sister who had been in this country much longer to, at least, maybe I thought it was my bank, maybe I had to open another bank account. And I had a conversation with her and she was telling me about her own banking experience with other banks. And I even found that my own bank was better. She told me that in some banks you have to have a minimum of $3,000 or else they'll be charging you a certain amount. Then if you don't want some other charges, you now have to have a minimum of $5,000. It's crazy.
Whereas in the UK, we had a no fee account. All of the accounts we had were recharged at any point.
No.
I don't remember being charged.
As in, big ups to Monzo. They didn't pay me. I wish they did, but they didn't.
I'm a big fan of Monzo.
Monzo solves your problem. Open a Monzo account. Sure, maybe that's another point. We missed Monzo. Monzo came through.
Even though I'm not in the UK, I'm going to keep that account for as long as I can.
Monzo, open a Monzo account today. Open a Monzo account. So yeah, banking is the 5th and final thing we miss. But being that the UK was a big part of our life for about 2 years plus. Of course, there are so many things. So we thought to add 2 bonuses, and one of them is
food.
Yep.
So I am a big fan of African food. In as much as I want to try the food of other cultures, Indian, Chinese, Canadian, poutine, and all of those things, I'm still very deeply rooted in my African delicacies. So when I moved to Canada, I then realized that while I was in the UK, I had more access to African groceries, like African food condiments, than I do here. In the UK, you could, in your street, you can have like 3 African stores, and the prices, they are way cheaper. But here in Canada, before you see an African store, you have to drive like 15 minutes or 17 minutes to the next community. And when you even see the store, what they have.
And I think one thing that helps is also the distance between the UK and Nigeria.
Yeah, the close proximity we talked about.
So the food, it's
and it's expensive.
Yes,
it's expensive.
Yes.
Unlike the UK, where if I have £100, I walk into an African shop, I would like shop till I drop. Maybe not till I drop, but shop well with that £100.
Talk to you belly.
But yeah, in Canada, with $100, you walk into an African store, you get a carton of chicken, and the remaining will just buy 1 or 2, and that's it. So the African store is something African shopping, African food is something I miss so much. Now I'm already contemplating on shipping from Nigeria down here, like buying in bulk and shipping down, just to save me this stress. So yeah, when it comes to African food, I miss the UK so much.
Yep. And the final bonus point for you guys today is obviously the strength of the currency. As much as the value is still the same, if you want to do your plus and minuses, but you know that when you hold £1, you know what you're holding. You're holding serious value.
You're holding 2,000 naira.
Exactly. Anyways, so this currency is, because when we came here, of course, we stayed a while before we got jobs, but we came with pounds. So the way it was able to sustain us, pounds.
It sustained us.
Pounds. We miss pounds.
It choke.
We miss pounds. And that's another reason why we keep holding on to our Monzo accounts, because the strength of that currency it's awesome. It's awesome. We miss pounds. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to add your comments. Where are you, and are there things you miss about UK or about where you moved from? Please remember, I will be responding to all your comments, and your subscription is very valuable to us. We can't do this without your subscription. We can't do this without your love and support. Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Fabia, and this is my beautiful wife, Helen. Peace.